Valentine's. Okay, it is Big Mama. Today is Thursday, April the 7th. So yesterday, last night I put up yesterday's Freeze With Me vegetable frittata. I got 3 of those in the freezer now. Yay! Our freezer's starting to look scary, y'all. I'm making pork chops tonight. The last bag of our boned-in pork chops is defrosting in the sink. I've got 2 bags of boneless pork chops and 1 little pork roast. That is it. That is all our pork. We own no more. And that's scary. That is scary to me. I like it when that shelf, I've got like 2 shelves for beef. When we first get a half a cow, it takes up 3. But we didn't get a half a cow this time. They were not offering to buy one. I guess they were selling them, you know, whole, or not selling them at all. But anywho, that being said, I'm looking for some good beef deals and some good pork chop deals, and definitely if I can find any chicken. Fat Man said if he sees a chicken walking down the road, we gonna snatch and grab. I've killed chickens before. I know how it works. I mean, they were our chickens. But maybe we need to start growing some more chickens. I don't know. Anywho, today I'm going to be doing kind of the same thing. I've got that meat that I need to brown up and use, or put for like marinate and freeze. You know, I need to get it done. I've got that ground turkey I bought. I've got 4 pounds of it. And thank you to whoever said, you know, it's kind of bland, season it well. Thank you. I will definitely do that. I will probably, if I can't find a recipe for like ground beef, something, if I just want to like use it for sloppy joes, or just brown it up for spaghetti or tacos, I will do what I call my try seasoning. It's just what I put in it. I will put garlic powder, onion powder, and parsley. And I don't skimp. I will, you know, and that's just kind of like an all seasoning thing that I use for like taco meat. Now if I'm doing tacos, I will still add the taco packet. But that probably, I'm letting my pan get hot. I wanted to do that beef pepper steak. You know, I bought that stew meat with that in mind, and I need to go ahead and brown it up. It tells you to brown it first. And I'm going to hope and pray that I can get 3 meals out of this. It is 3.5 pounds. So I should be able to, if I use like 1 pound of meat. If I use 1 pound of meat per, you know, bag, I'll just kind of do it like I did that egg mixture for the frittata. I'll just kind of divide it in thirds, and there you go. Alright, what I'm doing right now, it tells you your first step, trim and slice round steak into strips. I don't have round steak, and round steak was, for being round steak, that mess was expensive. You know what I'm saying? So, but I've got my stew meat. I figured that would do just as well. And it says to spray a skillet with cooking spray. I'm trying to get y'all where y'all can see everything, and I just can't get y'all situated in it. It's that same salty heifer of a camera person. Okay, she's hot. See the smoke? So you are going to hear the sizzle. That lets you know that she be ready. These are big chunks, so I should have cut them in half. Whoa, Nelly. You got some big ones and you got some little ones. I ain't worried about the fat. Fat adds flavor. I'm just saying. This is not all going to fit in the skillet. That's okay. Big Mama got time. We ain't going nowhere today. I thought we were. Miss Becca was supposed to come by. She didn't wake up until just now. Must be nice. And it's going to be too late. By the time she gets here, it'll be too late to do what she wanted to do. So, she's just not going to come. So, I've got the whole afternoon. I'm going to turn this down a smidgen. I'm just going to kind of flop them over because it is going to go into slow cooker. So I'm just wanting to brown this. So right now we're just browning. You do the outside. I do this if I remember to do this. There you go. If I remember to do this, you will get a lot more flavor. Like seriously. If you saute or brown up like your beef or your roast or even pork chops, go ahead and brown them, just, you know, just the outsides. And then put them in your slow cooker or freeze them with like marinade or whatever. I'm going to do that once I'm done with all this. And it will add so much more flavor than just shoving it in the crock pot. Trust me. I never used to do it, and then I want to say Miss Betty taught me that, and then I've seen a lot of YouTubers that kind of reminded me of that. Rosie is kind of going by me. She's got a little red light flashing. Her battery is done. I pulled out the power, not the power, what do you call it? These are about ready to take up. Yeah, she's trying to find her see her going there. That's her going by. She's looking for her, home. Her recharge station, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it her home. She's looking for that. Alright, we need this kind of a big bowl. I'm getting there. Alright. We're just going to use... I wish this would have... This is at Hamilton Beach. Hamilton Beach. I don't know if y'all can read that. Mixing bowl that I have. Lord, I got this thing at a thrift store, I want to say. That one didn't get kind of brown on one side, but it'll be alright. I'm going to kind of tune her up just a little bit. That's when it can get browned. I got to pull some of the ones from the outside to the inside to make sure they get their just desserts. You know what I'm saying? They were skimped on. That one wasn't. I don't think that one was too much. Them two can go. I mean, I'm not going to be exactly precise, but just getting them kind of lightly browned will be okay. If y'all ever seen the steak done with mushrooms this way, oh my stars in heaven, you go ahead and do them mushrooms up. Get them kind of like good and sauteed. Ooh, honey child. It will kind of make like a little gravy. And you put that on your beef in that slow cooker, you ain't said nothing that nobody gonna not pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? You will get their attention real quick like when you put that on the table. I'm just saying. Oh Lord, I hope that thing hadn't got caught up in the garbage bag. Almost sounds like it did. It's totally in the wrong room to try to get back home. You know what I'm saying? Home base is in the living room, and I think he is going through every corner in that dining room. He'll be alright. He'll eventually get back home, or I'll shove him home. Or her. I guess it's her, Rosie, right? Okay, I just forgot. Alright, so I'm going to finish browning up the rest of... Oh, Lord, I dropped a piece. It's not a very big piece. I might let... Oh, see, that's just wrong. That right there? Yeah, we're going to pull that part off. You know what I'm saying? If it's that much... Yeah. And it's easy to kind of... Especially if you got a piece of paper towel. That might be what I have to do. Let's see how it's got like a film. You just kind of start pulling. Yeah, let's get a paper towel. I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. I like the Select-A-Size sheets. Now, usually I will pull off more than I need to. But, alright. I got to get a grip on it, like where it starts. Oh, come on. Don't work on me. Don't not work on me now. I bragged about you. Come on. Get off there. You know you don't want to be on that. There. I got some of it there. Now I can pull it off from here. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think. Yep. Nope. Maybe not. We're just going to go ahead and brown it up. Oh, Foxy done ate that piece that was on the floor. Heavens, girl. Okay, that part can go. Well, yeah, see there? The paper towel trick will work on chicken. I can go ahead and tell you that. See if it'll get that piece. I said I wasn't going to fool with doing this, but... Alright, don't take my word for it, just... If you're going to give some flavor, y'all. Give some flavor. We don't hate fat too much. If we did, I'd hate myself. Alright, I ain't gonna try that trick no more. We just gonna go ahead and brown it up. Smell it. It smells so good. I'm not adding any seasonings right now, because that will be added when we put it in the Ziploc bag to freeze it. And this will just kind of take care of it. Won't sit in my refrigerator and go bad. You know, I can pull it out when I need to. And we're in a hurry one morning. I can just pull the, pull the bag out and throw it in the slow cooker, and we're ready to go. I mean, for real. I am going to cut him in half. Some of those big pieces, I guess I should have, but, there goes Rosie again. Still can't find her way home. Lord Jesus, please don't let me cut my hand. There we go. I think that's near about all I can fit in there. So, let's go a little bit more. What I might do, I was trying to section it off into threes. I might do like one skillet. That's enough for one. Because see, I'm still left with this much. That will be my third. So, I'll probably do it that way. But that means I have to put my meat separate. If it's cooled, oh yeah, that's already kind of cooled. I'm going to take it off the stove and let it cool. That I can use paper plate. I'm still here. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put what's already browned on a paper plate to let it get cool. So y'all might not see this step, but when we get the camera over to the oven, y'all will see this step. And I'm going to leave the juices. Some people call it blood. I call it juices. I'm going to leave the juices with the meat, because that's going to add even more flavor. And after all that shopping I did yesterday, the things I could not find, and we were supposed to go to Prattville today, I was going to look at Aldi. You know, like my ranch seasoning packets, I just know I can get them from Aldi cheaper than what the big thing was at Sam's. I mean, you know, I was looking at my money I had to use at Sam's, and almost $600 broke this mama. Well, it's $512. And no, I did not video it. I should have, but mama was tired. I mean, every muscle in my, especially by the time we brought her in the house. Y'all know, I'm just browning this. We can turn up. We can turn this way and talk. Yeah. By the time I got all that mess in the house, maybe as I use something or kind of start pulling some things out, I'll say, you know, this was on that Sam's order. Or I can just show y'all on my phone what I bought. We actually did the store. I did not do pickup. I wanted to go in. Pickup would not let me do like any form of chicken, even chicken nuggets. And I thought, you know, I'm going to make a gamble. We're going to go in the store. Surely they have something, some form of chicken. And I scored with the chicken nuggets and the chicken patties. And I scored with the french fries. I was excited about those. I still have this bag of potatoes. I took them out of the bag. But I've still got a bag of, I think it's like 10 pounds of potatoes we need to use. I'm going to use those sweet taters we got. I'm going to use them tonight with our pork chops. I'm still debating about how to do pork chops. I think I'm going to do them suckers in the air fryer. Everybody's been telling me about how good meat is in the air fryer. And I did those chicken wings the other night, and oh my stars and garters, y'all. It got Mama's attention. It really did. Yep. So, I seriously think I'm going to do, or go ahead and do, what were you talking about? What was I going to go ahead and do? I mean, that quick. Seriously. What was I talking about? Lord have mercy. I'm going to have to look back at the footage and see what I was talking about. So I'm going to finish browning up all this meat, and then I'll be back. Okay, kiddos. This is what we're looking like now for our freezer meal beef pepper steak. I had wound up with 3 plates. Remember, I just, whatever my black iron skillet would hold, you know, it was this size. Whatever it would hold, I figured would be like a meal. And sure enough, it worked out great. And I felt bad about having like big chunks. If you're, sorry about turning y'all around so much. If you're on a budget, and face it, we are all on budgets right now. Even on a budget, we are, you know, having to move things around. And I'm hoping, like I said this last trip to Sam's, that should be 2 months worth. I'm thinking. Of course, I'm also thinking I'm going to have to hide some stuff from Fat Man and Baby Girl. I'm just saying. But I felt bad about the real big pieces of meat, because I got to thinking they're big pieces. They're going to think that they don't have meat on their plate because they're only going to get maybe 5 pieces. Here's what you do. You cut them bigger pieces into like halves, even thirds. Some of these were so big, I cut up into thirds. I mean, for real. Now they don't look browned on all sides, but that's okay. And notice this one. This was my first one I did, and it had that juice in it. It's basically done sucked all that back in. This one's doing it. This got a little bit browner with the juice. This one got really brown. Look at that. And I'm going to keep that. I'm going to put that in my Ziploc bag. And I'm trying something. I don't think I'm going to like this way. I tried it on this bag. And I'm going to see. But there were too many directions for me to keep writing out. You know what I'm saying? It just... And I've got to do it 3 times. Come on now. So I think I'm going to stick with my way of... Oh, goodness. That right there is just... I'm going to stick with my way of just making hoppies and sticking it in Ziploc bags and putting it, you know, that way. I've tried taping the Ziploc bags to the outside. I even use a snack bag. I'll throw the instructions up and stick it in a snack bag. Bleh. And yeah, it comes off. I mean, once it gets in the refrigerator, something about that tape, and I've even used freezer tape. So before y'all go there, let Big Mama assure you, I tried that. Not for me anyway. Right now, what I am doing, I'm kind of moving to a different step. I'm got to chop up my onions, and I'll explain that in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead, low sodium beef broth. It is calling for 3 cups. I'm making 3 batches. It's calling for 3 cups. So I've got bouillon cubes. To me, that is the cheapest, easiest way of storing broth. It takes up no room, hardly at all. You can use them as you need them. They have a Best By date, but I'm thinking because it's like freeze-dried, you can kind of go beyond that Best By date. You'll know. I mean, they'll get like sticky almost. That might be where I had them placed in my kitchen. I don't know. I keep them over there on the pantry shelves now. And I do know I need to order. I need to go to Aldi's and get some more. I'm just saying. But for 3 cups, it's going to take 3 cups of water and 3 bouillon cubes. That 1 bouillon cube, 1 cup of water makes a cup. So I'm just going to stick. I've got my water kind of going. See that? I got my water kind of going. I'm just going to kind of plop these down in there. And as they dissolve, I usually do it in the microwave, but this time, because I know I've got to chop up my onions and do my other stuff. That's why I figured I would go ahead and get this step going so it can do its thing and then cool off, because we're actually going to pour a cup into each bag. So it's got to cool for me to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and let it just do its thing. As far as, oh my voice, my throat. Alright, now we're moving over to the island. I'm sorry if this is sketchy at best, y'all. I'm working on half steam. Like, really. What did I do with, oh, I see my cup. I need my cup. Oh, there ain't nothing in my cup. Got ice. I'm getting some water. Water, good old H2O. You know, everybody's talking about buying those gallon jugs or half-gallon jugs, and it's got the time on it. No, I'm not getting sucked into that. Like I said, This is 32 ounces. If I drink 4, isn't that a gallon? I said I was going to drink 4. I'm assuming. That would be. Okay. That did help that just a little bit. And the sour candy, the lemon sugar-free candy, the bomb diddly. I'm just saying. All right, now we're gonna go ahead. Y'all, we've had these knives for, I know, 4 years. They are still my, honey, I got rid of all my other cutting knives, basically. And we got, like, steak knives. But my actual kitchen cut knife, love these jokers. Okay, really don't need this pot holder any, well, I will get that on. We're going to go ahead and get that out of our way. Limited space here. Fat Man made the comment, and I do. I need to clean our kitchen counters. That's been like that for a while now. That will be cleaned up. I mean, you know, that's what I'm doing right now. Dishes will be finished. The pork chops fixing to go. And then that book and all would be cleaned up. It's this corner right here that I'm having the issue with. But I think today might hold where I can clean it up. I don't know. I'm just saying. Alright, let's get to cutting our onions. It is calling for 3 cups of onions for the 3 bags. Now remember, I wished I would have cut all my onions up at once. But I digress. I did not. I'm trying to get y'all where you can see. There you go. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. It said an onion makes 1 cup, but that was a medium onion. I picked out the 2 biggest onions I could find. These are more of a large onion, not a medium. Last night I used the mediums, but tonight I'm going, today, it's like 1:30 now. Yeah, oh, 2 o'clock. Ooh, I got to get a move on. Okay, for this, oh my goodness, because they're so thick, I'm going to need a serrated knife. It will just work better, and I know it will. Alright, I'm going to kind of stir our beef broth while I'm over here. Alright, but I am going to cut up this onion. I'm just going to use 2 large ones instead of 3 medium. That might overdo it, but it's okay. I like onion in my pepper steak. You know? So, let me cut this up and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. And by the time, seriously, by the time I chopped this, oh crap, I'm trying to get, by the time I chopped the onion, look at my chicken broth, or my beef broth. It's broken up itself. The only time I really started was when I took it off the heat. And it's cooling, and it will be ready to measure out and get in my bags. So, we're moving on to the next step. I cut up all our onions. I cut up those 2 large. It's going to be split 3 ways. I am going to go ahead and I don't know. I think I'm just going to add onion, garlic, ginger, beef broth, and soy sauce. So I don't know if I add it separately or just mix everything in the bowl together. I think I know what I might do. I think I'm going to go ahead and separate out the onions. And then all I'm left to do is like the wet ingredients, chicken broth, and then the garlic and the spices. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and divide up these onions. Get y'all here. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Alright. So our meat is already cooled off. So here's our bag. I'm hoping y'all can see all this. You ain't seeing me, but that's okay. You probably don't want to see this mug. Alright, I'm just going to take my meat. I'm going to fold the paper plate up. And we're just going to pour it off in there. That is just the easiest way to separate, measure out. And you get those, like I said, you'll get those juices. So, and I'm still loving these Great Value stand freezer bags. I'm loving it. Alright, so I'm going to take that plate. We're going to, I didn't mark these. So I'm just going to put beef pepper steak. I should have done that with for the things I made yesterday. The frittatas. Okay. And I am going to make copies. And I'll just stick the recipe in there. If any of y'all have any other suggestions on how to do the instructions, please let Big Mama know. Big Mama needs to know. Alright, so here goes our second one. It's got some juice. We want the juicy juice. And stuff it in there. That's bag 2. Now I'm just taking my plates. I'm taking my used plate. I'm putting it underneath. Look at the juice on that one. Y'all, and it did not call for fresh mushrooms to be used, but whenever I get ready to cook it, you know, you let it get done, and then you add your cornstarch. Oh, shoot. And then you add your pepper, but that's like if it's fresh pepper. I'm going to try to use fresh. I am going to go ahead and cut up the green peppers that I bought and probably freeze them. Usually if I have excess peppers, I'll either freeze, you know, cut them up and freeze them separately, or I'll do what they call the Trinity. I know if you are from the South, or especially if you're from Louisiana, you call it the Trinity. You got your onion, you got your bell pepper, and you got your celery. You got that. You can make anything taste good. I kid you not. Yep. In fact, I've got some celery in there. I might add some celery to this beef pepper steak. See, that's the beauty of getting like a recipe, and you follow the basic premise, but if it occurs to you, know, I've got this celery in there, it needs to be used, I bet it would taste great. You go to a Chinese place, and usually the majority of the dishes, I think, am I wrong? They'll have celery. I know some of them do. Bell pepper, onion, and celery make great soups. It makes great stews. So yeah, I've got some celery in there. I think I'm going to go ahead, drag out, and cut them up too, and add them to us. Because it can't hurt anything, can it? Just make it even better, Mama. Alright, I'm going to pull y'all down. Yeah, don't get mad with that salty heifer of a camera woman. Alright, how I'm going to measure this is just super stupid simple. Taking a handful and putting it in a bag. Leave it. Taking another handful. It's kind of like measuring out the frittata, the egg stuff. And that I actually used a measuring cup because it was liquid. But something solid, just grab a good handful, shove it in. Let me drop some onion. Get another handful, drop it in. Get another handful, drop it in. And then this, I think, will be our last handful. Drop it in. Got a little bit more left in there. We are going to, little bit, how about that? That part's done. Alright, now I am going to take my bowl, and we're going to come back over here. Raise y'all up a second. Y'all behave now. and tighten up. That's what we would always be told. My grandmama, or even some women from the church when I was little. You better tighten it up, Missy. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I didn't have to be told that too much. I was an angel to grandmama. I mean, I never gave her, I don't think, an ounce of true trouble. Now the others, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, they were pure out heathens some days. Alright, we're gonna try to get y'all situated. There we go. I think that will be enough. Alright, now we got our onion separated in there. Minced garlic, we're looking for a tablespoon. And like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and mix all this up together and then divide this part. It just would have been too much to try to do. Alright, there's a tablespoon. Got a little bit extra, but we like garlic. Dinner bell. Alright. And I am loving getting this minced garlic from Aldi. Best Buy 10/21/2022. So I know I need to grab and snag a few more, because seriously, we go through about a jar of this in a month. I kid you not. So that's in there. Ground ginger, we need 3/4 of a teaspoon. Okay, we're just gonna do, to do 3/4, you do a half and 1/4. That's 3/4. Trust me, I've done the math. I did have to teach the kids. Now, fractions I pretty much had fractions down to teach them. Give me that book. And alright, so there's a half. And here's a 1/4. That was ground ginger. Basically, the only time you really use ginger, I think, is in like Chinese type dishes. Okay, with low sodium meat broth, we're going to need 3 cups, but I think it's still hot. Let's go ahead and move on to the soy sauce. We need 3 cups of soy. 3/4 of a cup of soy. And all of my other measuring cups are dirty. I've got half. So to do 3/4, again, we're going to do a half and then half of a half. Or a 1/4. I'm just going to... Alright, that is half a cup. What we might do, my peeps, let's just do that. But, no, I better go ahead and add that 1/4. You don't think a 1/4 is much, but when you're talking about cups, it might be the difference between, ooh, this is good, and then what you trying to feed me. Y'all ever had those looks? What you trying to feed me, woman? I don't know what you were thinking, but it wasn't this. Surely it wasn't this. And I'll be sitting here, yeah, it was. That's what I had planned. Sorry, it didn't work out good. Alright. So we need a 1/4. Now see, why did they seal the outside and then also, I hate the, oh, that one actually came off easy. I hate these little things. Ooh, I hate them things. I'm hoping I get through with all of this before Fat Man gets home, because that would be amazing. I got a new book in the mail and I'm wanting to read it. So, but I knew I had to do at least this much. Okay, that's a little bit more than a 1/4 maybe, but it'll be alright. Alright, so that can go back in the refrigerator. That can go back with spices. And we're going to need cup and it's still hot. See, it's still. So there's a cup. Oh, hennies, what are we going to do, y'all? Alright, we're going to go the coffee cup way. My grandmother, oh, you know what? I've got these. We had bought these for when company comes. But there you go. This is as good a time as any. My grandmother, bless her heart. Oh, I love that woman. I would pitch a fit. Now see, and she never would get on to me. I would pitch a fit in the mornings. That's a little over or under. I don't know. I would pitch a fit in the mornings because my oatmeal was too hot to eat, and I was hungry. Oh, Grandma, Mama, I'm hungry. We'll be telling stories while we're waiting on this. I'll go ahead and tell y'all. But I would, Grandma, I'm hungry. I can't wait. I want to eat it. I did that about corn on the cob, too. My mother told me that I was awful about it with corn on the cob. They would have to run it up underneath the sink to cool it off enough that I could just eat it. And she said I was like a little old hog, just eating that corn on the cob. And I was that way about oatmeal. The 3rd grade, I do not know what possessed me. Have no clue. But I did it back even before it was cool. I wanted oatmeal every single day for the entire 3rd grade year. I don't know why, and I still love oatmeal. Oh yeah. I got that cream of wheat and I had never made none. Ooh, that might be. I have not had lunch, so everything's sounding kind of good. Anywho, she would take oatmeal to cool off for me because I was hollering about being hot, and she'd pour it from one coffee mug to the other. And she would just flip it back and forth into those 2 different coffee mugs. She'd just be standing over the sink just doing that. And she could tell when the smoke kind of quit rising, we might be good. So then she'd pour it off into a bowl. And she would actually add an ice cube to make it cool off. I learned that with our girls. They would want it. You know, I understood. I never got it. Grandma never got on to me. Now, Carolyn, my mother, oh, a sweet hennies. I don't know why you spoiled her that way. And Grandma's like, you know, it's nothing but me doing this. I chose to do this. I want to do this for her. It's not hurting you any. So there. That was one of the few times Grandma kind of stood up. When she was younger, she would stand up to Carolyn. And then as she got older, and Carolyn just got meaner and meaner, Carolyn would just pure scream at her. And it would just... And to this day, I hate people screaming. I can't stand it. Carol Beth is the same way. Because she, you know, they were around my Carolyn. And now I regret naming Carol Beth after her. I really do. I should have named her after Bo's mama. Evelyn Elizabeth. Oh, that would have been pretty. Evelyn Elizabeth. I like that. Oh, crap it. Is it too late to change her name? Because I would really do it. Alright. Trying to get this to cool off. I think I'm going to measure out. Because we just kind of put everything in here. We need to do like we did the egg stuff. Measure it, see how much we got, and then divide it by 3. and that's how much is going to go. I mean, I try to get not so precise, but I don't want one to be over seasoned and the other one be bland, you know. So let me find something to measure. I guess we'll use this half a cup. I've still got it. Like I said, I just put soy sauce in it, so there you go. And beef broth. Now I measured beef broth with 1 cup. See, this is where I'm going to have trouble. That minced garlic. Alright, so that's half a cup. And that, we're going to go ahead and say, that's almost half a cup. It's like floating right there. Alright, now I'm going to scrape this garlic out. See how that did? So, 1 cup divided by 3. Isn't it 1/3? 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. 3 makes a cup. Yeah. So 1/3 of a cup to go in each bag. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Right. Now I need to find something with 1 cup. I guess I'm looking in the dishwasher, see what I got. Everything is nasty in there. Alright, I'm going to get another cup. We're going to pour off this broth into it. If it don't hurry up and cool off, I think I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. Alright, so we want 1/3 of a cup. I've got a half. So, not quite a half. A little bit too much. Okay, we're going to say that. Alright, we're just going to pour this down into our bag. Alright, put that there. We need another 1/3. And unfortunately, all the garlic is going to wind up at the bottom. I'll just go back to that first one and scrape out some of the garlic that's going to be left in the measuring cup, because now it's getting to it, buddy. I guess I should have measured it and just poured it right on in, but hindsight 2020, y'all. Oh, that didn't have hardly any juice at all. Look at there. Well, I done it now. Alright, we're going to put garlic in here. Alright, I scraped that garlic out of the bowl. Alright, and we're just going to kind of, you know what, I am going to kind of water it down just a little bit. There. It'll be alright. They say that about, well, my grandma did it too. If you had company coming, and they were like late notice, or, you know, it took a while to make supper back then, she would use the pressure cooker to do tougher kinds of meats, because seriously, that's all we could afford. Honey, Grandma was a wonder with money. She could stretch a penny. She was a woman of the Depression, and she could stretch. Oh, I wish she was around now to tell me what to do in these times, you know? She would be able to, she'd be able to tell you too. Alright. Just kind of getting the air out. Like that. Easiest way of doing it, yeah, I've got a vacuum sealer, but that wouldn't work necessarily on this because I used the slide bags. So what I do is I grab at the bottom and I just keep rolling it and rolling it. And I smush it. Oh shoot, that came out. I smush it as flat as you can without getting the goodie out. That squirted some of the goodie out. Look at there. Alright. But, other than the broth, we're waiting on broth. And they'll be ready to go in the freezer, y'all. Alright, this is still... The cup is still hot. Yeah, it's still kind of warm. So I'm just going to let that sit. I'm going to be cleaning up my mess. And I'll be back. Here's one thing I wish I would have thought of yesterday, but it did click here today. Thank goodness. I used to get like the variety bags at Sam's. You know, got snack bag, sandwich bag, quart bags, and freezer bags. I don't do them that way anymore because we didn't do much with the snack bags. I tried. That man would grab like 4 snack bags. I'm hungry. So, but I don't want to waste my quart bags. So, I folded it up and I got this sucker in a snack bag. So, I think that's what I'm going to start doing from now on. Because don't use those, and they're very inexpensive if you get like the Great Value brand. I'm just going to stick it down in there. It's sealed up. And I've got what it is on the outside, so if I tell him, you know, go grab me a pepper steak out of the freezer, he'll know, you know, oh, okay. And I usually try to keep like in a little bin, or in fact I need to get some more from the Dollar Tree or something. Like the little shoebox size maybe. Maybe some of like the containers that I have stuff in over there on my pantry shelves. And just like have all the pepper steaks together. Have all the frittatas together. And that way, you know, you can just go and grab. J. Morrell does hers. A lot of hers are in the disposable pans. And I'll use those for like, you know, this go in the crock pot. There you go. I'm just going to do it that way. Dump and go. It's a dump and go, baby. But like if I was doing casseroles, then yeah, I would go ahead and use the... In fact, I had to buy some more yesterday. Those, I tell you what, they are worth the expense. I mean, they aren't that expensive. They used to be like $4.98 for the same size, you know, the same amount. Now, I think they were like 9 something, 7 something. I have to look back and see. But it was like, whoa. But I still got them. They're great. Like if you just don't feel like cleaning up, if you're doing for a lot of people, if you're making something to go somewhere. That's how I did for our communion lunch. I just put the majority of our stuff in disposable pans. You know, it was easy. I didn't have to worry about getting it back to, you know, getting it back. Yeah. Yeah. But, alright, I think I'm doing the finger test. It's still a little warm. I'm going to go ahead and just put these bags. I've got everything in them but the beef broth. I just had it in my hand. Welcome to the crazy. I will put that beef broth in here and then I'll go and freeze them. So for right now, I'm just going to put them in my refrigerator. So that's another 3 meals down. So I'll be back when I get ready to pour in the broth. Okay, I'm back. It is now 4:05 and I am in the process of fixing to add, you know, our beef broth that we let cool off. It is now good and cool. And I'm going to add it to our bags. And I've had them in the fridge. And needless to say, they smell wonderful. Those onions mixed with that soy and the garlic and that ginger, and you can smell it. I can smell it. Alright, I'm kind of pushing down the air. Now I don't want my juicy juice coming out. See, I can feel it coming up. Yep, there it is. Looks pretty good. So I'm just going to kind of wrap it like that. Putting it over there. Then we're going to do this one. And I do need to start like an inventory sheet of like I've got 3 vegetable frittatas. I've got 3 beef pepper steak. And just keep adding to my list as I keep making. I think if I tackle maybe one dump and go type thing or a casserole or something, maybe I could do one like every other day, or you know, back-to-back days if need be. Now I do know tomorrow I'm going to definitely have to do something with trying to get this air out. I'm going to definitely have to do something with my, oh, that did pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to stick these in the freezer. But, yeah, well, I got to do something with that ground turkey. So I'm going to look through my cookbooks and see what I can find. I'm waiting on some of my canner supplies. I would say I'd go ahead and can it up. And I'd brown it and then maybe do like hamburger stew or something. I think what I'll probably wind up doing, just because of lack of, I'll probably wind up just browning it and freezing it that way. Like I said, I'll use garlic powder, onion powder, and parsley. And that's my go-to for hamburger meat. And I've been known to brown it up and freeze it. So, I'm going to stick these in my freezer. And until next time, y'all be good, be sweet. Don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. Share. Play nice with others. Give a smile and a hello. Open a door for someone. You don't know what difference in their day it might make. And I guarantee you it'll make you feel better too. And try some freezer cooking. Like seriously, you can look online for recipes. You don't necessarily have to do a cookbook. I kept going back and back and back to those same sites. And I thought, you know what? And I checked out from the library before too. And they were just my go-tos. I mean, so I finally broke down and bought them from Thrift Books. So, and not sponsored, but Thrift Books if you'd like to. Here I am. Bye, y'all.